I think that we can start. Thursdays is the more advanced program, which isn't anything crazy. It's just more props, longer series, more complicated and like complex cueing with kind of more oppositional direction and dynamic and stuff like that. So we'll get into that on Thursday. But for today, one more time, just for the ladies in the back, we are doing our beginner series. This is the start of the core curriculum. I call this the Creating Patterns or Pattern Making series because that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to end up all put together, apparently. So I have a block and a little yoga block and a ball. You only need one of them. And then we will get started. Okay, we're going to come to, yes, this is all going to be saved and uploaded. I will be uploading these on Tuesdays either or Sundays. I haven't decided, either Tuesdays or Sundays. And then one of those days I might be uploading a little written piece instead. So I will have everything saved so that you can come and finish the workout or do it again later. This is a curriculum and series I would hope that you guys can constantly go back to if you're wanting to go back to the foundation or have that kind of reminder for form and all that. So yes, we can definitely go back to the series if you need to. We're going to get started on the mat today. Finishing my lemon water. So we're coming down to the mat and we are going to start with the legs out nice and long. I'm keeping my sweater on for a little and then I'll take it off because I know that it's important for you guys as we begin. Okay. So I just want you to sit down onto the mat. I want you to bring the arms forward. Palms are facing each other. We're just going to roll the shoulders back for 5, pulling the shoulders up to the ears and then drawing it down like you're pressing it to your hips. Rolling the shoulders back for 5, 4, 3. One more. Draw the shoulders all the way down the back and feel the shoulders pulling away from your ears. Start to feel that connection down through the back. Pull the belly button in towards your spine. So you want to feel like if you're letting the belly relax, that you almost starting to lift taller through the head and the belly button starts to ground deeper in towards your belly. From here, we are going to slowly roll all the way back to seated. If you need more assistance, you can bring your feet up onto the mat and have hands behind your hamstrings and curl back slowly with hands behind your hamstrings. So whichever feels better for you, we're breathing out, slowly rolling down, coming all the way down onto your back, starting to feel that very initial articulation. And if that's something that felt challenging just now, perfect, because we're going to spend the next 4 weeks working on it and homing in on it and perfecting it. So I want you guys to start now by bringing those feet back to the mat. Knees are bent here. I'm already taking my sweater off. I gave up. You guys keep your sweaters on and sweatshirts. I hope you guys are all working out in sweatpants and you're so ungodly comfortable. Okay, here we go. Arms are going to come up nice and tall. Wrists are stacked right above your shoulders. Now, this is how we'll find this immediate and kind of deeper connection to the belly and how the belly connects to the back and how we can imprint into the mat. This is what's going to carry through every class you ever take, any group fitness class, truly. So arms are coming up, wrists are stacked right above the shoulders. Take a breath in here and kind of feel the chest almost open. As you breathe out, press your palms down so they're hovering right at your hip bones. And as you do that, I want you to feel the ribs hug around your belly, like you're corseting around the ribs as those palms press down. Now try and keep the middle of the back glued down into the mat. The arms will come back up, wrist stacked over the shoulders. Take a breath in. And again, as you breathe out, just press those palms. You're thinking of lengthening shoulders away from ears, reaching those arms forward more as you press the palms down, and then bring those arms back up. Breathing out, press the palms down. Breathe in, the arms come up. For 4, If you are having a hard time finding this connection of that upper and middle piece of the back pressing down, I want you to take a physical breath. So breathe in and hear your breath. Breathe out with your mouth, and you'll actually feel the ribs naturally start to plug in towards your core. Keep that connection. Last one like this. Press the palms down and reach the arms back up. We'll start to add the deeper connection now to your upper core. So as you press your palms down towards your hips, you're peeling your shoulder blades off, trying to reach as if you have like 100-pound weights in your hands and they're pulling you forward and up. If you have your chin tucked into your chest, you will automatically start to feel uncomfortable in the head, neck, and shoulders. You want to think of having a little ball between the neck and the chest so that you can have that space, keeping your neck nice and long with the rest of the back. The arms will come up and your head comes down. Take a breath in, breathe out, press the palms down. Find that deeper connection, ribs hug the belly, hold. Again, shoulder blades are trying to lift up and away rather than just curl deeper. You want to think of it actually reaching and lifting. Arms come up, the head comes down. And again, press and curl. The arms come up, the head comes down. Breathing out will help connect that deeper transverse abdominis here. So that's really important that we're breathing out as you find the crunch and breathing in as you come down. Two more like this. Curl up here and then we'll hold. From here, I want you to feel like I'm standing at the front of your mat, pulling your wrists forward. So they curl up an inch, back an inch, up an inch, back an inch. If you don't have a ball to put between the chin and the chest and we're feeling pain in the head, neck, and shoulders, I want you to look to where your wall and your ceiling meet. And that's another great line that'll keep your neck in line. Little pulses up for 5 and 4. Pull at those fingers like I'm pulling those wrists. Last one. Arms come up, the head comes down. Take a breath in. Breathe out. This time, I want you to keep your head, neck, and shoulders down. You're pressing your palms down, plug the belly down into the back, plug the back down to the mat, and hold. Now, bring the legs to tabletop. So here's our tabletop position. You have knees stacked directly above your hip bones, one long line. Then you have your feet directly parallel to your knees. I could rest a book on your shins and they wouldn't slide to your belly or slide down off of your ankles. Arms come back up, wrist stacked above shoulders. Take a breath in here. If you have that gap between the back and the mat, plug the belly down, plug the back down, press the palms down. Arms come back up, right back over the shoulders. Breathe out, press the palms down. If we're in a proper tabletop position, the core is already working. It's your low core, so it should feel different than when we were doing those crunches and lifting the shoulder blades. Two more like this. Press the palms down. Last one, press the palms down, hold here. Keep this tabletop position. Can you just straighten your right leg, extending it away from you? Breathe in, breathe out, bring it back. See if you can extend that left leg. Breathe in, breathe out, bring it back. Bring the arms back up. Beautiful. And this is that deeper connection to the low core. So you'll feel this lower towards your pelvis. Arms are reaching up again. Now we're going to add an upper core and lower core connection together. So the arms are up. You'll press your palms down, find that upper ab crunch. So reach with those shoulder blades, pull the shoulder blades up and pause. We've connected to the upper and middle core. From here, your right leg will extend. Breathe in as it reaches. Breathe out as it comes home. Left leg will extend. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring it home. Keeping the knees directly above your hips. Breathing in, extend that right leg and bring it back. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, come back. The arms can come up and the head can come down. Whenever we do low core work, if having the head, neck, and shoulders curled for this low core work is too intimidating, bring the head, neck, and shoulders down. I promise you will still feel that connection to the low core. Arms come back up, wrist stacked over shoulders. Keep that tabletop position. Make sure those knees aren't starting to creep into your chest. Middle of the back is glued down into that mat. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, press your palms down, curl up. Upper abs are engaged, palms are down by those hip bones. We'll add a little bicycle here. So your right leg will straighten, breathe in. Breathe out, switch both the legs. And again. Little breath out each time you press. And press. You're trying to reach forward with those fingers. Like again, I'm pulling those wrists. You're keeping the middle of the back pressing down into that mat. And those shoulder blades are reaching away. You're here for 3 and 3. For 1 and 1. Bring the legs back to tabletop. Knees are stacked just above those hips and arms come up nice and tall. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, I want you to press the palms down, curl up, keep your tabletop. We'll go into our 100. This is little pumps of those arms. You're reaching long. Again, I'm constantly pulling those wrists so that you're reaching the shoulders higher up and away from the mat. You want to breathe in. These are bigger breaths. You breathe in and out. Breathing in and big breath out. We're here for 7. Little pumps. I want you to think like you're tapping water with those arms. Keep the arms nice and long and strong. You're here for 3. Keep that neck nice and long. For 2, you can start to extend those legs away from you a little more if you're wanting a deeper challenge. Last one here, breathing in. As you breathe out, knees can come in towards the chest and the arms come up. Hands come around your shins. Give yourself a nice hug here. Good job, you guys. Big breath in and out. Beautiful. From here, come back to your tabletop position. We will find a Pilates V here. So you're flexing your feet. And then a Pilates V is opening your feet out into a V. Your knees come out just as wide as that V. So it should stop kind of right as wide as your hip bones. You should feel like hips and knees are coming together. Glue those heels together. And again, you want knees stacked right over your hip bones so that you're keeping that tabletop position here. We're just turned out. This is opening up through those hips a little bit. You can think of the inner thighs spinning away from you in this position. Arms are stacked right up over the shoulders. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, I want you to press those palms down again, curl up and hold. Now you'll start to press your heels away from you. You do not need to straighten your legs 100%. Lengthen, squeeze those inner thighs. Start to pull the legs back to that turned out tabletop. Arms come up and the head comes down. Breathe in. Breathe out, curl up and hold. If this is enough for you, keep this. Find this challenge. Hold this. If we can extend, breathe in as you start to reach the heels away. Breathe out as you bring it back. The arms come up and the head comes down. We'll do that 3 more times. Curling up, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out, and lift. Curl, extend, pull it in, and last one, press the palms down. Just those legs will extend and pull it in for 3. Breathe in when you press. Keep those heels glued together. Think of squeezing the inner thighs and the booty. For 2. Last one. Breathing in. Breathe out. Arms come up and the head comes down. Good, you guys. I want you to bring the arms down by your side here and keep that middle of the back plugged down into the mat. If you ever have a hard time connecting to your belly, you can always bring hands onto your belly and kind of take that breath out and feel that deeper connection. If you keep your hands around the belly and you naturally breathe, you'll feel your body move and you can kind of find that deeper connection if that's challenging for you. Arms are down by your side, and there she goes. Arms are down by your side. I want you to bring the legs back to that tabletop position, and we're going to keep that turned out position. Feet are flexed. From here, we're focusing on that low core again. Your right leg is going to straighten. Breathe in. Now, start to pull that leg up towards the ceiling and breathe out. If you need more assistance, pull this left knee in towards the chest for that deeper connection or for that modified position. Sorry. So we're here. Breathe in, lower your right leg. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in and lower. Breathe out and lift. Keeping the middle and low back glued down into the mat. So as you lower the right leg, there's no arching. Feeling just that low core. Breathe out, lift. You're here for 3. Press into those palms, press into those triceps, the backs of the arms. Last one, breathe in, lower the leg. Breathe out, bring it back to that turned out tabletop. We'll go to the other side. Extend the left leg and breathe in. Now breathe out, lift the leg up towards the sky. Lower, breathe in. Breathe out and lift. Beautiful, you guys. Keeping that right leg in tabletop, that turned out position here, opening up through that right hip. We're here for 3. For 2. Last one. Breathe in as you lower the leg. Breathe out. Bring it back to that turned out tabletop. Knees can come into your chest. Give yourself a nice little hug here. Beautiful. Hands will stay around your shins here. I want you guys to curl up into a ball. We'll have those shins coming together now. So we're parallel here with the legs and elbows are out nice and wide. I want you to take a breath in and you'll reach just those arms back, biceps to ears. Now breathe out, circle the arms and pull those knees even deeper into your chest. Breathe in and keep your head, neck, and shoulders curled, but just reach those arms back, biceps to ears. Breathe out, circle, and draw the knees deeper into your chest. 2 more like this. Breathing in. Breathe out and circle. Breathe in, extend. Breathe out, circle. You can lower down the head, neck, and shoulders. We are adding the legs on. If the legs are too intimidating, start with the tabletop position and then extend all the way, or keep your knees all the way in your chest. You can always progress slowly with time. That's what keeps you from injuring yourself. Curl up and hold. Arms extend back, legs extend towards the end of the mat. Now curl, pull the knees in deeper. Extend, breathe in. Breathe out, circle. Extend, breathe in. Breathe out, circle. 3 more like this, keeping that low back glued down into that mat. For 2. And 1. Lower down through the head, neck, and shoulders. Good job, you guys. I want your hands to come around just that left shin. And then your right leg's going to come up to the ceiling and you're going to curl up nice and tall. So this is similar to what we did before, but I want you to really draw that left knee in towards your chest. And we're going to stay curled up the whole time here. Right leg will flex, right foot will flex. Start to lower the leg, breathe in. Pull the leg up, breathe out. Flex and lower, breathe in. Point and lift, breathe out. Pulling those elbows out wide, drawing that left knee deeply into the chest to keep a deep round through the spine. If head, neck, and shoulders start to bother you, look up towards that ceiling where the ceiling and the wall meet. For 3, keep those shoulder blades peeling off. You got it. Last one here. Breathing in and lower. Breathe out, bring the knee into the chest. Keep your curl. You can do it. Left leg comes up, hands come around that right shin. Flex and lower, and point and lifts. And point and lifts. Feel as you breathe out, the belly sink deeper down into the mat. For 3. 2. Last one, finish strong. Pull that left knee into your chest and lower down. Really good, you guys. Okay, this exercise is called rolling like a ball. It's pretty self-explanatory. Hands are coming around your shins. And again, we have to start somewhere, right? So I want you to start by kind of pulling those knees deeply into your chest and then making almost like a small circle as you draw the knees in deeper so that you're feeling a little bit of a stretch through those hips, through the low back, just kind of moving those legs around. For 2, one more. And I want you to think of kind of rolling to one side, feeling the shift of the weight, roll to that other side. Come back to center. Hands are staying really close into the shins. Shins are drawing deeply in towards your chest, elbows out nice and wide. I have my ankles crossed over, but if it feels better to have them together, just do what feels best for you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, I want you to use your energy, really deepen the connection to your ball. So curl up and start to curl back down. And curl and start to curl back down. Now, if you can come up to your sits bones and keep this curl and hold without the feet coming down, that's the goal. We're curling up, little ball, and roll down. For 5. Pulling those knees in towards the chest. This is really good for your spine. If you have trouble falling asleep, Joseph Pilates says this is really good for falling asleep. One more, guys. You got it. I know it's kind of funky. Good job, guys. And then you can come all the way down to your back again. Take that little stretch, draw those knees into your chest. If we can get up to the sits bones, we'll do it again next week. We'll progress over time. You want to have things that feel challenging or out of reach in the beginning so that you have clear progress markers. So don't be discouraged if things in the beginning feel intimidating or overly challenging or even just like hopeless, because I've had workouts or movements or everyday life challenges that have felt at the time so intimidating and unaccomplishable. And I did them. So I know you guys can too. We're doing one more exercise here, lying down, and then we'll change our positioning. I want you to extend the legs out all the way. I'm going to scoot back a little bit. So now the whole body is laying nice and long. And I want you to bring the arms back up, wrists are stacked over your shoulders. We'll take a big breath in here. As you breathe out, press your palms down and curl up into that upper ab crunch. So start to peel those shoulder blades off like you're reaching for your toes. And then slowly the arms come up. Again, press the palms down, find that upper ab crunch, plug the middle of the back down. Reach the arms up and the head comes down. Now I want you to reach the arms back further away from you. So now you have your body really open and extended here. From here, I would like you to breathe out, bring your legs to tabletop, press your palms down, feel that connection to the belly. Head, neck, and shoulders are staying down. Everything's drawing in. Now I want you to start to extend and reach everything away from you. So the legs start to pull away. The arms start to reach back. Breathe in. Don't let your belly lift. Keep that back plug down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring everything back. Breathe and extend. If that's 1 inch, it's 1 inch. If you can extend all the way back, you extend all the way back. Breathe in, breathe out. Bring the legs back to tabletop. Breathe in, extend, and breathe out. For 5, keeping that middle and low back, pressing down into the mat, reaching long with those fingers. Last one here. Extend. This time, curl the head, neck, and shoulders. Hold here. Can you just have arms come up to the ears? Keep your curl. Breathe in, breathe out, press your palms down. Beautiful, you guys. Just 2 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in, breathe out, press the palms down, hold. Turn the palms to face you. Start to open your arms out towards a T. This is keeping the low core plugged down and starting to squeeze your shoulder blades. This is where it starts to get a little more challenging. Breathe in as you open. Breathe out as you press the hands together. Breathe in to open. Breathe out, press. Shoulder blades are squeezing even though we have that low belly tucked under. This is starting to focus on the flexibility of your spine. You're here for 2. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Pull those knees into your chest. Good job, you guys. Okay, we're coming all the way up to seated. I would like you guys to grab either your block or your ball, whatever you have with you that you can put in between the knees. I am going to use the ball. We're pressing your feet deeply into the mat. You have knees out just as wide as your hips, and then we're really squeezing into that ball. Hands are going to come behind your head. Elbows are out nice and wide here. And I want you to really think when we're in this position, bring your legs away from you a little bit more. Because I want you guys to actually be able to sit kind of forward a little more. I don't want you to feel like you have to be back because your knees are in towards your chest. If this really bothers your hip flexors, just have less of a bend in the knees and really just squeeze through those inner thighs, and that will help you. Okay? I want you to have hands behind your head, and I want you to feel, when I say hands behind your head, sorry, it's not your neck. I really do mean your head. Okay? When you bring hands behind your neck, you just curl yourself or sit back into your hands, and it makes the head, neck, and shoulders uncomfortable. So hands are going behind the crown of your head. I kind of have my thumbs kind of pressing down in towards my neck, and then elbows are out nice and wide here. I want you to feel like you're being drawn up. If you had a string at the top of your head and it was pulling you up, you would be lengthened through your back as much as you can. Then really start to squeeze the ball with the inner thighs. I want you to feel like you're lengthening as much as you possibly can. Then start to open your arms out to a T. Keep this length almost like you were drawing your head up from the backs of the hands. Hold this position here. Rotate to the right, keeping everything nice and still other than those arms. So twist like you're reaching that right arm back. Hold here. Take a breath in. Breathe out, untwist. Staying tall through the crown of the head. Twist to the left. Breathe out. Hold. Breathe in and out. Come back. Again, deep squeeze of those inner thighs. Tall through the crown of the head. Twist to the right. Hold. Breathe in. Breathe out and twist. Again, breathing in and out to the right. Hold. Breathe in. Breathe out and twist. Keep that ball squeezing. Use those inner thighs. And again. Hold. And untwist. One more to each side. And again. Tall through the crown of the head, through that spine. Hold the twist. And then come back to center. Good. Hands can come around the shins. Nice, guys. Okay, let's take just a tiny stretch here. I want you to bring your right hand back behind you, and I just want you to reach that left arm up and over. You can take just like a nice stretch through the back, through the head, neck, and shoulders, and then bring that left hand down Take that opposite stretch just through the head, back and shoulders, opening up through the chest and through the back. Nice, guys. Okay. Keep the ball squeezing between the inner thighs. We're going to keep this position here. I want hands to come together to a prayer position, elbows out wide. Press your palms together. That will start to engage the shoulder blades a little more. And I want you to really think of drawing the shoulders down the back, elbows out nice and wide. Squeeze into that ball. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, curl back just a few inches. I want you to just find your C curve. What does your C curve feel like in your body? So you start to tuck your tailbone under as if your booty was sliding down and you were going to come all the way down to your shoulder blades. You start to curl and tuck. Hold this position. Nod your chin to chest to come back up. I say that, but I don't really mean it. It's just like I don't know why we say that as Pilates instructors. It's to have you curl, but I don't actually want you to nod your chin to chest. Right? Press those palms together. Find that C curve. Breathing in. Deep tuck of that tailbone. Breathe out and curl back up. Tuck the tailbone under. Draw the belly in towards the spine here. Deep curve with that back. Hold. Breathe out. Come up. You're here for 5. Deep squeeze of those inner thighs. Try to pop the ball in between the knees. Again, feeling like the booty could just slide all the way down and you would crawl all the way down to the shoulder blades. Last 2, you got it. Finish strong. Squeeze those inner thighs. Last one. Find that curl. Hold here. We'll take those rotations. So a little rotation to the left, to the right. You're trying to keep your hips square. Press the palms into each other. You're moving from your chest rather than your arms. Think of those thumbs staying in between the chest, and you can't let those hands move. For 5. Just 3. Keep the ball. Squeeze it. Use those inner thighs. Last one to each side. And come back to center. And come up. Beautiful, you guys. Okay. Grab your ball. I want you to bring the ball in between the palms, and then we're going to let those legs straighten out. You're bringing the arms in front of you. We're going to start to squeeze the ball. So you're pressing into the ball, and if those shoulders start to creep up, draw the shoulders down your back first. Pull the belly button in towards your spine and lengthen through the crown of the head. So there's a lot to think about right now. From here, you will tuck your tailbone under, right? We're kind of putting everything we've done so far into practice. Find that C curve. Keep pressing into that ball. Slowly curl back up. Tucking the tailbone under. Squeezing into that ball with those palms. Finding that deep C curve, but not tucking that chin in. And curling back up. For 4. Breathing in as you crawl back. Breathe out as you lift. Breathe in to curl back. Breathe out to lift. Good job. Just 2 more here. You've got it. We're all doing this together. We're all here for the same reason. Focusing on our foundation, understanding that deeper connection to Pilates, and progressing in a way that will carry into everyday life, I promise you. Last one. Curl back. Hold here. Can you draw the ball in towards the chest? Squeeze the shoulder blades. Extend it out. You can do it. Pull it in. Press it away. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. 3 more. Ball can always come behind your back if it needs to. For 2. Last one. Reach the arms forward. Feel like that's pulling you all the way back up. Beautiful. From here, I want you guys to bring the ball. We're going to turn to your side. So I want you to come onto your left side. You're going to keep the ball with you. We're coming onto your left forearm. So I have my right hip stacked right on top of my left hip. The ball is now coming onto your rib cage. I really don't want the ball up into your armpit, and I don't want it down by your hip bone. You really want to feel like it's almost right connected to the ribs, but I want you to think the whole time that the ball is the enemy. The ball is on fire. You are trying to lift and draw up and away from the ball. If you start to notice that we're sinking down, it's also a great reminder, okay, I got to draw up more from my left side. Your left shoulder is directly over your elbow. Right hand can either come to your hip or it can come down onto the mat. It's whatever feels best for stability for you. The chest is going to stay nice and still for this series. Your right leg will extend out. You want it as wide as your hip. Scoot up a tiny bit. You want it just as wide as your hip. Okay? Not lower. If you can bring it higher, you can, but that gets a little bit more into the hip flexor. Start just trying to keep the ankle parallel to your hip bone. Right palm is down. Pull away from that left side, pull away from that ball. Start to squeeze the core here. This is getting into your oblique connection. Flex your right foot, start to sweep that leg forward. The goal is to bring it so closer to your hip bone, and then you're trying to sweep it back and try to kick to at least that back corner of the mat, but you're trying to sweep it all the way back to press into the base of the booty. Pulling it forward using your core here and then using your glute as you press the leg back. Sweep it forward and breathe in. Breathe out and sweep it back. That bottom knee is staying bent. You can extend it out a little bit if you're wanting a little bit more of a challenge. And just make sure again that your right hip is on top of your left hip. Kick it back. Breathe in, sweep it forward. Breathe out, sweep it back. If you're not feeling it in the glute, you want to kick that leg back a little more and really think of pressing with control the hamstring into your glute. Keep the neck nice and long here, right? Try not to let that head start to fall. Try not to pull the chin into the chest. You just want to think nice and long, shoulder and ear have some space here. You're here for 3. Sweep it back. Again, trying to keep the chest super still. Last one, sweep it forward. Sweep it back. Now bring it to center so it's stacked in parallel right to that hip. Little pulses up for 8. And 7 if you want to bring hand to belly to help you engage. For 4, 3, 2. We'll make little circles with the whole leg for 5, 4, 3. Reverse your circles for 5. Keeping that left rib cage pulling away from that ball. Space between the left shoulder and the ear for 2. And 1. Pause here, lower the leg down. We'll add a little series here. You're going to lift the leg, pause, have that right hand down. Bring your bring your knee to your elbow. Pull it in, tap, then extend it to that back corner. Breathe in, draw the knee in to tap, extend it back. For 6, breathing in and out. Really trying to draw that hip up, pulling the knee up so we can get that upper and outer piece of the glute a little deeper here. For 3, kick into that base of the booty. For 2, last one, kick it back and hold. Now I want you to think little sweeps back and sweep it back. Good. For 5 and 4, lengthen through that hip flexor. Keep that top hip nice and still. For 2, sweep the leg all the way forward. Same thing here. Kick it forward for 4, 3, 2. Finish strong. Last one. Bring it back to center and lower it down. Beautiful. I want you to bring the ball down. You're coming all the way down onto your left arm. Your right palm is coming onto the mat. Your left foot is going to come up, your knee is bending onto the mat or onto the floor, and then you're extending out through that bottom leg. This is one of those exercises in series that is uncomfortable and straight up weird until you do it and until you understand it and feel it enough and can actually start to have a range of motion. So you're pulling and squeezing your inner thighs. You want to think of squeezing. If you Kegel yourself away. You want to think of squeezing the inner thighs, really drawing up bottom leg to top leg and bring it home. You also want to think of trying to pull up and away from that left rib. So you're not letting your chest sink down. You want to think if you had just a tiny, tiny little mini ball, it would be right underneath the rib still. You're squeezing the inner thighs, little lift, little lower. Squeeze the inner thighs, little lift, little lower. You're here 4, 8, and 7. You'll feel that right glute start to press and work as well. Let's really try to squeeze those inner thighs for 4, and 3, 2, one more, and come down. Good, you guys. Then bring that top leg again over the bottom leg. Now I want you guys to come down onto your bellies. So you're going to roll down onto the stomach. And then hands are out just as wide as your chest, right at the chest. I want you to press and lift up, find your cobra. Take a nice stretch here and find extension through the back. Extension is when we are opening up, arching, reaching away, lengthening through the body. And flexion is when we are curled, when we're reaching for our toes, when we're sitting at our desk. Good, guys. Bend the elbows slowly, come down. One more time here, lifting and pressing up, breathing out. Spin those biceps forward. Try to lengthen through the hips and press the hips forward. Bend the elbows and slowly come down. Beautiful. I want you to bring your arms out wide to a T. Palms are facing down. And then I want you to just take a breath in and breathe out. This time, take a breath in. As you breathe out, open up the chest, pull the quads away, hover the arms so the whole body is hovering, drawing away from the mat. From here, take another breath in and slowly lower down. And again, open and lift, breathing out. Hold, breathe in, and breathe out lower. For 4. Think of the belly button pulling into the spine. So you're trying to lengthen through your back rather than sit into your low back. 2 more. Last one, lift and hold here. Now start to draw those pinkies like they're going to tap back behind you and see if that can pull you up a little more. Arms come back out to a T. Breathe out and then pull those pinkies back. And breathe in. And out. Breathe in. Pull those pinkies. For 4. Starting to work those back muscles. 3, keep length through that low back. So even as you're reaching the pinkies back, think of the crown of the head lengthening. Last one. Open up through the chest, reach those arms back. Hold, turn the palms so the palms are facing up. Little pumps up with those arms for 8, 7, 6. Lengthen through those legs, through the crown of the head. For 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Beautiful, guys. Okay, you will turn onto your right side. I'm going to come around so that you guys can see me. But grab your ball again. We're going to do the left side of your side series. The right side. Give me a break, guys, okay? Bringing the ball underneath your ribs here, okay? Shift that weight over so that you have your shoulder directly above your elbow. You want the ball right at the rib cage so we can draw up and away from that right side. You want your right hip directly under your left hip. And then see how I drew, right? Guys, a lot of us tend to like sit that shoulder down, but it's also the same thing here. It's like you're thinking of pinching through that left hip. So if you were to think that like someone's pulling the left hip away from you, that kind of helps like draw the chest out in a way and kind of helps you find that space between the rib cage and the ball and lengthens through that hip a bit. Okay. Left leg will extend. I gotta scoop myself this way a little. Left leg extends out. We're starting to sweep the leg forward, breathing in. Sweep the leg back, breathe out. Keeping the chest nice and still. Keeping that right leg nice and heavy. Pulling up and away from that right side, feeling space between the shoulders and the ears on both those sides. Using core as you sweep it forward, pressing into the glute as you kick that leg back. For 4. Pull belly button in here. Think of drawing away. So everything is squeezing in together. For 2. Find that bigger range of motion. See if you can reach 1 inch further forward and 1 inch further back on this last one. Sweep it back. Bring it to center. We'll start to pulse it up. 4 eighths and 7. Whenever you pulse, especially in Pilates, you don't want to think of like that vigorous pulse that comes more from momentum than control. You want to think of it as an intentional small movement that's a lower lift rather than just moving with that momentum. For 3, for 2, let's circle for 5, 4, 3, press up out of that right shoulder, reverse your circle, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Good, lower it down. We find that second series here. Draw that left knee into the elbow, press that heel back. Press into the base of that left glute, draw it in, breathe out, press it back. Try not to sink down into that right side, avoid that ball. For 4, feel that deeper connection to that outer and upper part of your glute. For 2, last one. Good, guys. And then sweep it to center. Okay. We're coming down, so bring the ball down. We'll come down onto your right side. Tiny lift through the chest here. Okay. I want you to take that top leg, bring it up and bend the knee. Bottom leg will extend out. Plant that left foot down into the mat and kind of press into that left foot. Pressing into that outer glute a little bit here. You should feel a little bit of space here. Left palm is down. Squeeze the inner thighs deep. Squeeze up the inner thighs to draw that right leg up. Squeeze it down. For 8. Deep squeeze of those inner thighs, pressing that left heel down. Good, just for 4. Keep that right side lifted. Try to see that little gap here between the ribs and the mat. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful, you guys. Bring that top leg over the bottom leg. And then this time, rather than rolling back onto your stomach, we're going to come back onto your back. I want you to bring your right leg up to the ceiling. And I want you to take hands behind the hamstring and just start to draw that leg in towards your chest a little bit. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Feeling a stretch through the backs of the legs. I want you to feel where we're feeling tight. Are you feeling tighter through the backs of your legs? Are you feeling tighter in your hip flexors? And that can be kind of telling for you to pay attention to what you want to focus on. If you're tighter through the backs of your legs, and hamstrings, which most of you probably are. Anyone with a desk job generally seems to be pretty tight through their hips, which then kind of connects through the backs of their legs. So the more that you can strengthen through your hamstrings and the glutes, the less that you will feel that deep kind of crunch with those hip flexors. Take one more breath in and out here. Good. And then pull that knee in towards your chest. Big breath in and out. We are going to go into your single leg circle. So that right leg will come back up to the ceiling. Palms are coming down by your side. I want you to feel like you have weight on your left hip and on your right hip. So it's almost like someone's standing above you, pressing down on your hip bones, keeping the middle of the back glued down into the mat. I want you to keep everything completely still. You can point or flex your foot, whatever feels better for you to connect. The right leg starts to lower. You'll reach it out to the right, making a circle, drawing that leg back up, stacked over 90. Not letting the hips move, not letting the chest move, keeping everything completely still other than that circle. You're here for 4. If it seems simple, pay attention to where your back is, pay attention to where your core is. Are your hips moving at all? You should feel a full connection to the core, including the obliques, and we should feel that deeper connection to the inner thigh and to that quad. You're here for 2. Breathe in when you lower the leg, breathe out as you circle. We'll reverse your circle. The circle can be small to start. Breathe in, lower, breathe out. Breathe in, lower, breathe out. 3 more. Keep both those hips plugged down into that mat. Don't let anything else move other than that right leg just rotating through that hip socket. Last one. Draw the knee into your chest. Good job. Switch the legs. That is something that is so simple, but is really difficult. And if it doesn't feel difficult to you, I promise with time it will. Because the more that you understand how to do it properly and the tiny little changes and corrections that you can make within your own body, that is going to change the game and change the exercise. But first, we have to connect with the body before we can make all those tiny corrections. Take the stretch to start. Flex the foot, pull that left leg in towards your chest. Take 3 deep breaths. One more. And draw the knee in towards your chest. And we'll take that opposite single leg circle. Palms are pressing down, left leg comes up. Lower the leg, breathe in, breathe out. Take that circle. Breathe in and lower, breathe out, circle. Now, if you start to feel any clicking in your hips or those hip flexors, make your circle smaller. And if you want to make it more challenging, eventually we'll just let that leg stay low and we'll make smaller circles here. But don't feel the clicking in the hip. That's not a necessary um, tweak for this exercise. You shouldn't have to feel that. 2 more. Last one. Breathe in, breathe out. We reverse your circle for 4, 3. Keep the middle of the back plugged down. Last one. Pull that knee into your chest. Pull both knees into the chest. Give yourself that little hug again. Big breath in and out. Beautiful, guys. Hands will stay around the shins. I want you to curl up into a ball here. Now we're going to add and do that double leg stretch again, but I want you to try and lengthen those legs out the whole time. So legs will extend, arms reach back. Breathe in, breathe out, circle, draw those knees back into the chest. We're going to do 2 more. See if you can extend those legs for the last 2. Keep the middle back down. And legs don't have to go low when they extend. They can come up nice and high, right? You have to find what works for you. Challenge yourself, but keep your form. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good job, guys. we'll go into another little core series. This is short. We're going to focus on those obliques again. I want you to bring the legs up to the ceiling. If we have a hard time keeping the legs straight, just have a nice little bend in those knees. And again, if you feel this in your hip flexors, you have to send those legs away from you a little and just make sure that we're plugging the middle of the back and the low back down into the back. All right. So we're here, or legs are extended all the way. Arms come up nice and tall. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, press the palms down. Find that upper ab crunch and pause. The right leg slowly starts to lower. Switch the legs. Switch the legs. If this is too much, we'll go hands behind a hamstring, draw it in, and switch. And a switch. Keeping the curl of the head, neck, and shoulders, finding that control. For 4 and 4. You don't have to have hands back if you don't want. And 3. Good, guys. Here for 2 and 2. For 1 and a 1. Bring the legs up, the arms come up. Squeeze the legs together. Let's find that external rotation. So find that V with your feet. Squeeze those inner thighs and squeeze the booty, and then draw those inner thighs away from each other. Squeeze. From here, arms come back up. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Press your palms down. Curl up. Slowly, both those legs will come down 2 inches and back up. Down 2 inches. Feel that low core. Come back up. For 3. We can always bring head, neck, and shoulders down. Last one. Breathe in. Breathe out. Legs come up. The arms come up. Back to obliques. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, press your palms down and start to lower your right leg. Pull the leg back up. Arms come up. The head comes down. Left leg. Press the palms down. Curl up. Lower. And lift. Good job, guys. 3 to each side. Breathing in. And breathe out. Breathe in when the leg extends. Reaching long with those arms. Last 2. Breathing in. And out. Finish strong. Last one here. Knees can come into your chest. Really good. We are going to come up onto your knees. I want you guys to grab your ball or your block again. Okay. What time is it? You guys, my clock's on a completely different time. I'm just having so much fun. You guys, if you need to go, go. Because we're almost done. I was going to take a stretch. So if you're done and you're good to go, you got to go. Get out of here. Go. Go to work. Do what you have to do. I'm not an excuse. Unless you want me to be. But if you have time to stretch, we're going to take a stretch. So we're coming to your knees. And then I want you to bring your left foot forward. We're going to stretch through those hip flexors. So press the chest forward, open up through the chest, press the hips forward. Hands come over that left knee. You can always use the ball or the block, right? That's where I had you. Ball or the block to help you. So obviously I talk a lot, which we all know anyways, but especially in these beginner series sessions and classes, I really want to try and explain as much as I can, since I can't be there to correct you in person and give you hands-on modifications and cues and all that. I really want to, I don't know, be as detail-oriented as I can so that everyone feels like they're getting some correction that applies to what they're feeling or what they're doing. Reach your right arm up nice and tall, and then reach up and over to the left. These sessions are longer. Normally, I only do 45 minutes, but these are 55 or an hour, apparently. But I'll be better with timing. It's just having too much fun. You can't blame me. Good, you guys. One more big breath in and out. And then bring the palms down. You can shift that weight back a little and flex that left foot. The reason I have us stretching through the hip flexors as well is, especially when you're learning your initial connection to the core, you want to bring that left leg back and then go the other side. You want, or naturally kind of tend to use your hips and your hip flexors, especially whenever you're lowering and lifting your legs. If you're not used to that connection or that feeling, your quads will take over, your hips will take over. And we also store a lot of emotion and trauma in the hips. So the hips are always tight. And like I said earlier, most of you have desk jobs and are constantly seated, an inflection with your hips. So it's super normal, super natural. So if we can take a stretch through those hips every time before we go, I'll try to make sure that we do it. Reach that left arm up and over. Reach over to the right. One more big breath in and out. Beautiful. Hands come down. Flex that right foot. Take that stretch through the back of the leg. And if you're not feeling a stretch enough, open up and think of sticking your booty back and away from you. And then open up through that chest. Big breath in and out. One more. Beautiful, guys. Let's just come to seated. And I want you to take 3 deep breaths. If you're still here with me, let's just finish out kind of grounding down to where we started, right? We started with those shoulder rolls. If you want to take a few more rolls of the shoulders just to kind of refeel that connection. And we're taking these 3 deep breaths, finding that mind to body connection one more time before we go. Being proud of yourself and appreciative for starting this program with everyone else, with yourself, committing to this short little series to grow and evolve your practice. I am proud of you guys for being here. I feel lucky to be moving with you guys. We're all in this together, even if it feels a little parasocial. I promise this is a small community and we are here for each other. I am here for you if you need anything or have any questions. Letting go of any negative energy or thoughts, even if it was from this class or about yourself in this class, just let that go. You did it. You tried. You came here and we're done. Last breath in and out. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry I ran over, like I said, but you can't stop a girl from having too much fun. I will see you guys next Monday. And next Monday will be a little bit deeper connection to the core. We'll do some more side to side movements because we didn't really get into that today. And deepen all of the practices that we're starting and learning. So I will see you guys soon next Monday. And if you want to also do the advanced series as well, you can do the advanced series every Thursday evening with me at 6:30 p.m. So if you want to do both programs at the same time, you can totally do that. It's up to you guys. Of course, guys. Also, oh, really quickly. God, you guys, I know, I hate me too. I have a WhatsApp group that I decided to make for this program. If you guys have any interest in being in the WhatsApp group, I'm going to post props and you guys can kind of chat. We can all talk in there. If you guys have questions for me or like modifications that you're wanting to know, that's also an option. So if you have any interest in the WhatsApp group, put your email either in the chat or send me a message. I can get your direct messages. So send me a little message if you want to be added to the group and I'll add you guys to the WhatsApp group because I would love to have like a smaller little space where we can chat, talk about the program. I can answer questions for you guys and kind of have that little community. So if that's something that you're wanting, let me know and put it in either the chat or like I said, you can just message me if you don't want your email like out there. But I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for coming and starting this program with me. I'm so excited to be doing this with you guys. Beautiful. Okay. I'm just looking at all your pretty faces, names. Can't really see anything. You're all beautiful though. You know how I know? You're here right now. Okay, guys. Have a good week. I'll see you guys on Thursday. If you need anything, just reach out and text me. I'll add you to that chat. Message me. You know what I mean. I'll add you to the chat. Okay. Bye, guys. Have a good week. Proud of you. So proud of every single one of you. Okay, bye.